Consider this in every communication you have. Consider it in every conversation, that we do not ask people to be open-minded often enough because we're truly trying to get better collectively. Most of the time we ask people to be open-minded because we're trying to get somewhere ourselves. And that's not a win for anybody. It certainly won't in the long run be a win for you. We are in the peak of the political season, and so I would be remiss to not say that this particular episode didn't have something to do with it, but this isn't about politics. One of the things that happens when you are trying to communicate with a diverse set of people with different ideas and different beliefs is we all become a little bit more likely to want to push what we think and what we believe onto people who maybe have a different view than us. And so one of the natural tendencies we have is to ask people to be more open-minded. You hear it all the time. Why aren't you more open-minded about this candidate? Or why are you not more open-minded about my business idea? Or why are you not more open-minded about eating those Brussels sprouts that I put in front of you, you may say to your children. But if you really think about what you're doing in every single one of those cases, you're saying, why are you not more open-minded to what I think is the right candidate? Why are you not more open-minded to the project that I prefer? Why are you not wanting to eat the food that I'm putting in front of you that I know is good for you, even though we both know they may not taste all that good? Think about that for a minute. When we talk to people, when we ask them to open their mind, when we talk to people and say, hey, this is the best idea for you, ask yourself this question. Is it the best idea for them, or is it the best idea for you? Because I've talked a lot about empathy before, and I talk about this whole seek first to understand. We all say, oh, I'm super empathetic to your situation. And in my episodes about empathy, I've talked about how it's not empathy if we only do it for our own benefit. If you use empathy in search of an outcome, that's not empathy. That's sales. Well, it's the same thing here. When you're educating people, when you're asking people to think more critically about something, are we actually asking them to think more critically because in some way, in some capacity, it's beneficial to all sides? Is it beneficial to them, or is it only beneficial to you? The people in the world that are most influential, by and large, are able to do both. They are able to get what they want, and unfortunately that is the case. It's not all completely selfless, but they are able to do so in a way where all parties do win. Great negotiators get to a point where all parties do win. If everything you do is try to convince people by strictly pushing towards an outcome that benefits you and doesn't benefit anyone else, then you may come out ahead a few times. But those are the people that I guarantee in the long run will run into hurdle after hurdle, because once you are found out, especially in the age of communication, in the age of digital, in the age of social, you can only sustain that track so long. So I ask everybody out there to think about it. And it's something I struggle with myself, because when I'm sitting at the dinner table, when I'm in a business meeting, of course we all have something we want. We all have an outcome. We are all pushing towards a goal. But if you push towards a goal with people, if you work with people, if you talk to people about ideas that are beneficial to everybody, how much further ahead can you get when people don't only think that what you're asking is to their benefit? And so when you're talking about things that are hard, when you're talking about challenges of money, politics, religion, race, anything that is a sensitive topic, even business, think about, is what I'm asking you to consider fair and balanced in the sense of, am I asking you and am I helping you get to some place that's good for you and for me? Because if I'm only asking you to get someplace that's good for me, then what I'm asking you isn't to be open-minded. I'm asking you to be a drone. I'm asking you to be a lemming. I'm asking you to think the way I think. And that's not good for anybody. It certainly isn't good for this world.